Community engagement has taken a different form in this new post-COVID age. We've continued to stay connected with the advisory councils that we implemented over the course of the past 2 years. There are 8 currently existing. They're broken down according to affinity groups like business leaders, faith leaders, students, African Americans, Hispanics, and so on. And we tried to make sure that those groups had a centralized way to talk about the concerns that they were facing, issues that were relevant to those groups, and in a consistent and continued way with the DA's office, where we would meet monthly to discuss concerns in person in our offices. We now meet virtually, and several of the councils have asked to have these meetings go on a weekly basis so that they can maintain that continuity and really just the continued human contact with one another.
And what type of topics are you talking about with these groups?
We're discussing everything from testing and the accessibility of healthcare and food insecurities throughout their communities, but we're also discussing the ongoing issues with criminal justice reforms and incarceration and issues that center on our work, our day-to-day work as a prosecutor's office. But they're now broadened, and several of our lanes have merged because those same community members are also dealing with the health crisis of COVID. So we've acted now as a sort of warehouse and networking and resource for many of these community members so that they know where they can go for a food bank, where they can access information about testing, or where they can get emergency help when they're in crisis. So it's really changed the nature of what we're doing. We're not just focused on criminal justice anymore. We're focused on the connected issues to the work that we do every day.
And has this changed your ability to reach out to the community?
It has. It's improved our connection and our outreach with the community. We've conducted outreach calls and we've maintained a sort of proactive approach to finding out how our witnesses and victims are doing. Although we're not coming to court on a regular basis, we're still concerned about their safety and their health and their welfare. We're still concerned about the issues that they were faced with before COVID put this pause on all of us. We're still concerned about those who are re-entering the community from a period of incarceration or from a rehabilitation facility. We're still maintaining those outreach calls so that we don't lose contact and so that this pause doesn't make them feel forgotten. We're still doing outreach calls to our elders who are in the community and oftentimes feeling isolated. So these outreach calls have given us a sense of improved connection to these members of the community where they can't necessarily come to our offices on a regular basis, or they might have felt disconnected before now. We're able to reach out to them and let them know that we care. And that's something unique in a criminal justice or in a law enforcement agency.
And who in the prosecutor's office is making these calls?
So our crime victims advocates are calling any existing cases with witnesses or victims that they have open case management files with. Our community partnership program staff members who are formerly justice involved, who've been through difficult experiences themselves, they're making the outreach calls to their clients who have come into our center through referrals from other area partners, community-based organizations, or they are combing through the files of new cases that we've received. Even as our courts have become virtual, we still have individuals who are being fed into our services, and we're connecting them with other network providers.
And are your prosecutors aware of this work that's going on in your office?
They are. We've been sharing everything that we can via email blasts. There are lots of them. They can become overwhelming, but we've maintained a regular flow of information from our executive team in and through all of our support staff members, our ADAs. The DA has been especially focused on keeping us connected and making sure that we don't feel that the fact that we're not coming to work every day doesn't mean that we're not still in touch with one another.